السلام عليكم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري واشرك في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين. آمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين. Do you remember the text we are going to read from the flashes? And the second flash about the story of Job, the prophet Job, and his physical, as we understand, usually his illnesses afflicted him, but literally speaking, he said something. He actually the Quran's way of speaking like that is if he said, but really he realized. Yeah, he realized that his sustainer, and addressed his sustainer and said, "Oh, my sustainer, indeed harm afflicted me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." And then with this realization, his illness was cured. So the Quranic language says, when he said this, his illness was cured. Of course, we shouldn't expect a magical thing will happen, but we don't say that God is able to do anything, but just with the word, it doesn't have anything. I can say anything. But with my realization causes a revolution within myself. And my attitude, my view of the events change. Accordingly, my feelings start functioning in a completely different direction. So I interpret the things in a completely different way. And we have been studying, this is the third section, I think we are having on the story of the prophet of Job in the Quran. But almost the key point was when the illness, as the author of this commentary on the book, the commentator interprets it, when the illness affected his heart, his tongue, then he turned to God. Until then, he didn't complain. That's why historically, the prophet Job is famous for his being patient. That's how the people of Torah and people of the Quran together, maybe even the Christians, take the Job's patience as an example. So he was patient, but when the illness started affecting his heart and his tongue, but we symbolizes the language of the Quran or the language of the scripture in general, and of course, tongue or heart, let's start from there, represents the real realization of the one who creates the illness or whatever the disease or any affliction that we are suffering from. And when he started feeling that something is going on and it is not right, he cannot really stand it. And when the affliction affected his tongue, he couldn't say, for example, God, please forgive me, or give me cure, heal my illness. Couldn't remember God or recite whatever he wants to say, couldn't say it. And from there, the interpreter, the author, says, we understand that when this illness, whatever it is, started affecting his belief, his understanding of God, that he created him, became shaky. Which kind of God is he? He is making me suffer a lot. So it means his connection, his ties with the Creator started becoming or loosened. His connection with the Creator. And his heart started turning away from him, saying that, look, you are not a good God, as if you are there, you are not doing something good for me. Why do you keep torturing me? That's what he felt first. Then he understood that, look, he has to turn God and acknowledge that he is the Lord, he is the owner, he can cure. Patient itself with no right attitude is not the solution. Whatever Allah, God creates, I have to accept. But we are not created with this nature. That whatever he creates, we have to accept. We like something, we dislike something. And we always have to pay attention to the reality that if I am created with the sense of liking, with the sense of disliking, that has a wisdom, that has wisdom as well. So if I don't like illness, that is how I am created, not to like illness. I have to use it. And how can I overcome my illness? I have to make either action, take an action. And while I am taking action, I have to be aware that this action is a way of communicating with the Creator. Because the whole system, even I take medicine or do something, some exercise, whatever, the whole system has been created by the one who established the order altogether and also my human nature. So it means ultimately when I do something, I take some action, I am obeying the order and thus obeying the orderer. That consciousness is required. Job, we can analyze the case that first when he was being patient, not criticizing and not doing anything, wasn't right. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. Wasn't right. What he has to do, yes, he has to be patient, whatever affliction it means he means we. We have to, this is an example for me. Yes, I have to be patient, whatever affliction I am subject to, but at the same time, I have to perform my duty, express it, that look, oh my Creator, you gave me these senses which require to be healthy, not ill. And you also created some means of cure in the creation. I have to obey your rule. While I am obeying the rule, I will suffer from pain. And I shouldn't complain the pain, but try to solve the problem. While I am solving the problem, be conscious that that is the order of the Creator of the universe, or me, and me too. You get it? This, we have to, it doesn't mean that, no, patience is not needed, number one. No, it doesn't mean that patience is needed while you are attempting the causes or created rule or created order. You are obeying the order. That consciousness is needed, and patience itself is needed there to be persistent in our relationship with the Creator. We shouldn't be disappointed with the Creator. We shouldn't be disappointed with the Creator because I am suffering from pain. But at the same time, that is how we are created. Through the pain, we are forced, if you like, to look for solution. And while we are looking for the solution, we realize the purpose of our existence. That is beautiful. What is the purpose of our existence? To acknowledge that I am created and I have a Creator. I am subject to His rules, His way of creation, and I have to acknowledge it. I have to acknowledge that I am the one who is needy. My Creator is the one who,
fulfills the need,
fulfills the need or satisfies the need. And I am the created one who is the Creator. I am the one who is needy, ill now. He is the healer. That is the relationship between me and my Creator. It's very simple, very, very beautiful. That's why we are given all these senses that we don't like this, we need this, etc. To be patient in keeping the connection with my Creator persistently. Not because there is some pain that I am suffering from, turn my face against my Creator. Do we get this is an important point. Now let me complete that so everything is clear. There should be no cloud in our mind. So everything goes, in fact, everything serves for us to fulfill our purpose of existence. Whether we are healthy, we are ill, we are in pain, or we have no pain, we are enjoying the pleasure, many different kinds of pleasure. Sometimes we may lose the path of pleasure in our Right? That is how the order is established in order to get to know who I am, who my creator is. Everything is consciously organized. Yes.
So the point I get out of this conversation is that the affliction is not really in the example of Job is not that he was ill, but the affliction was not that he fell ill, but the affliction was that he felt that he was not recognizing his Lord as he should, or that there was this distance that there was a gap that he needed to fill, and so
you're overstepping one important step. He is not acknowledging first who he is. He is the needy one.
yes,
And the second,
that's the gap that I'm talking about. So his affliction was that he did not realize who he was and where his needs are and where his reality is.
yes,
And once he realized that, that's when he was cured of that affliction, because that is the affliction, not the illness. That was not the illness. The illness is the point that he was not connecting himself the way that he should with his Lord, and that helps me understand this hadith that I had a hard time understanding before, because there's a hadith to its meaning was something to the degree of like, for any Muslim or any believer, any illness that falls onto him is
any kind of affliction.
But I think the general meaning was illness. Like even if you prick your finger on a thorn or something like this is a sign that God has forgiven you. And I never really understood that because, well, I mean, non-believers can still get sick. Is that a sign that God forgave their sins? And so from this understanding, what I understand is it's not that prick of a thorn is a sign that you were forgiven for something, but it is you are forgiven in the amount of consciousness that you have on what this actually means to you and how needy you are and how dependent you are.
Forgiven now.
Right, yes. When that happens, when you reach that state.
Yeah.
It's not that just because you were afflicted that is a sign that God forgave you. It is a sign that God forgives you if you reach that state where you realize your reality.
That's why it says for believers.
Exactly. So it's not like a believer, meaning that that's a prerequisite for it. It's sort of like the outcome of it.
Yeah. So if you, people may misunderstand it when we say it is not prerequisite for it, but if you were not ready to turn this smallest even affliction into a realization, refreshment of your realization that no, who I am now. Look, I am a person, I am a creature, I am a being afflicted even with one thorn. I don't want it. I'm needy. Essentially, I am needy. That realization is the cause of forgiveness for the sin of what? Neglectfulness. Previously, it makes you, it shakes you, and you and me, human beings, and we wake up. So, who am I? I cannot stand even a small thing. How can I claim that I exist by myself? So it is a perfect refreshment and purification of one's realization, because we keep forgetting. They say, usually in the literature, they say the Quranic word al-insan, human beings, is driven from nasa. It means ansa, forgetfulness, forgetting. This same author says, not because I promise you something that I forget. I forgot I had to bring the book or something like that. No, no, no. He says, forgetting his reality, himself, who he is. Why? What we see, it is very important. What we see in the civilization nowadays, maybe ancient civilization, especially in ancient Egyptian civilization, that people has forgotten their reality so much that they claim to be a Superman, Lord of their own existence. Now it is hiding itself. This attitude is hiding itself behind the technological power. They think that they are controlling the nature. That time, we are taught that people thought this technological, it means controlling the creation as far as they can, was known as magic. Now it is the magic again. Because if I am doing it, it's my magic. Yeah, I do, for example, I make a machine which, for example, takes your picture here and transports your picture, your voice to another part of the earth. It's a magical thing, huh? Seems to be. And they felt so great that they were able to control the nature. They thought. Now the same. We are going to control the nature. So we are the patron, the bosses in this world. We have to understand that. So they are forgetting their reality. They are forgetting their reality. They think that they are really controlling the nature as if they are the creators. How does this process occur, take place? They never think, if I do the same thing, I will be included in the day. They never think their own existence. And they never think how they can explain their existence. They say, we happen like that. They don't really realize that they are given existence. They don't think about it. They don't investigate about it. How they are given existence. Where did they find their own existence? Where did they find the source of existence of their qualities? Even to do magic, scientific magic. They don't even question the existence of their ability to utilize some things already created in the universe. So that is why we have to watch out. We are forgetful of our own reality. Our own reality, that we are given existence. All our human qualities are given existence by somebody else. I never ever claim that anything within the universe can be the source of existence of my ability to think, my ability to speak, my ability to see, to hear, to analyze, to love, to be scared, to have hopes, expectations, all human qualities. Nothing in the universe can be the source of existence of any of human qualities. Forgetful. But sometimes this forgetfulness, neglectfulness is taking place deliberately. Because some very rare, very small in number people deliberately know that they have no answer. They omit it. They omit existence. Do you understand?
Do you mind repeating that last part again?
Sorry?
Do you mind repeating that last part again? I couldn't hear you.
Which last part? It's
They-
no,
Like
Yeah.
existence.
they,
Omit.
sorry?
Omit. They omit.
Myth.
Omit. You
Omit.
You said omit.
Omit. They omit this step, deliberately. They say the universe exists as it is. And they say it's natural. It's natural. It's what the nature is. As if they really explained it away. They know, they deliberately know it because they always step. I watch them, I read them, never take a notice of existence and the source of existence of anything, matter or anything. If you like, if you want to use the word spiritual here, it was immaterial human qualities. To avoid the word spiritual, misunderstood, misused. That's why I'm avoiding it. Non-material side of human being. There's just as we are thinking people. Wow, how? Anyways, so we have to understand sinning in a special context that will help us to follow how the story of Job, the prophet Job, goes through and directly related to my personal life right now. Okay. Now, we have been studying this. Of course, this is the third session. We can read it from the paragraph we left off last week.
Which starts with sin penetrating to the heart.
Yeah.
So sin penetrating to the heart will blacken and darken it until it extinguishes the light of belief. Within each sin is a path leading to unbelief. Unless that sin is swiftly obliterated by seeking God's pardon, it will grow from a worm into a snake that gnaws at the heart.
Why do you think sin is a path leading to unbelief? No, he will explain. But I'm just preparing the minds for my own mind. And that is question one. Would you like to say something? What do you feel that sinning is a path leading to unbelief?
So I guess my understanding would be that sinning is kind of like a momentary state of unbelief almost. But and then unbelief is kind of a permanent state.
Look, like this. I think we need to get used to using the words consciously. Belief requires a conscious positive action. Unbelief, not necessarily conscious positive action, just negligence. Omit that part, forget about this, don't think about this. And here we are in the world, carry on. That is the source. So, but one doesn't have to study, can come to the conclusion and say that it may happen though. Say that, no, there is no creator. It only happens to the certain people who want to fight against belief. They want to reason, but majority of the human beings don't do that. They just don't think about it.
Spencer, I thought that unbelief was more of a conscious rejection, or is that disbelief?
I don't know the word difference between unbelief and disbelief.
Right.
No, those enemies.
That means that there's a large. We don't talk about other people, I know, but that to me that means there's a lot of people living in unbelief, which I thought was.
Including yourself at some times.
Yeah, no.
Sorry?
Including yourself at some times, you're an
I
unbeliever.
would add a denial of responsibility for one's actions, as well as a negation of any sense of, how would I say it? Let me say it differently. It's a rationalization for something that you do, maybe for expedience or some kind of self. It's an ego kind of thing where you're rationalizing your actions. Those actions could be wrong. I mean, they could harm. They can do all those bad things, but it's the rationalization for it. So in a sense, that is also related to a denial of responsibility. So that, in a sense, is connected to disbelief or non-belief. I would say non-belief more. So in that sense, it's all part of this large package of things that are connected to each other. So that non-belief is also the lack of acknowledgement for oneself. It's very indirect, but it is still connected. And as long as those connections exist, one thing has an effect on another. So that's why I say negation of responsibility as well as a rationalization for the action. There are a lot of people, in this world that rationalize all of their actions, having this effect on others that's bad. I mean, for instance, stealing. One can have a rationalization for stealing out of the public treasury. Politicians are a prime example. They will rationalize their actions, having no regard for its effects on the greater population or the greater society. That's my input into that issue.
Let's move to acknowledging one's reality in existence and not acknowledging it. By negligence, by not thinking, one cannot become a believer. But by not thinking, one can live as a non-believer. That's what I meant. That is the difference. Belief, which is called in the language of the Quran, Iman, needs a conscious attempt and conclusion. But unbelief doesn't. Just don't think about it. Live as you are. Enjoy your life. If you find something which benefits you, get it. That is unbelief. But enemy of the truth, enemy of God, which are very small in number in the world. I think it is not our subject now. For example, when a person sins here, he is not being consciously a believer. He doesn't really oppose. The symbolic example in Islamic literature is either Pharaoh or Abu Jahl. Deliberately, knowingly opposing the truth. Deliberately. These are symbols. We don't know who Abu Jahl is. We don't know who Pharaoh is. We are not talking about the persons. This is the attitude. Those people who go on, for example, in the public speech and emphasize on on the way to deny the Creator in God and find out every way of mocking religious people, religions in general. How many of them? Really, you can count them in number on your finger. They are the people God says you are going to suffer eternally, deliberately. But most of the people, majority of the human race, doesn't fall into this category. And of course, there are shades of colors, in all shades, because how much we are neglectful, how much we are conscious of what we are doing, all depends on our consciousness, not unconsciousness. Now, if you want to understand the prophet Job's example, he wasn't a denier, was he? When the illness affected his heart and his tongue, doesn't mean that he became an unbeliever. No, he couldn't really realize this active belief, worship, active realization. According to his position, it was a sin. Sin means being neglectful. So this sinning for him, this makes him disconnect with the Creator and worship him. It means really be thankful towards him and have a positive relationship with him. Now the illness, the pain is so heavy that he cannot say that you are very merciful. How can you say somebody is torturing you, you say you are merciful? I can't. So it means, he says, no, you are not merciful, I think, is it? Because of the effect or the affliction of this illness, I can see that my Creator is not merciful, so being patient is not the solution. I have to do action. While I am doing action, again, I have to keep my consciousness of my relationship with the Creator, because all the actions I will do to cure myself ask the Creator. It is the way of asking the Creator to give me, to heal my illness. Do you understand the process? It's a very complicated method. It goes into divine determining and the problem of evil, and it caused the children of Israel, how they say, the real sincere followers of Judaic religion or Jewish religion or whatever you call them, Judaism or Torah tradition, they struggled a lot to understand this. And it is still, even among the Muslims, no, I don't think so. Not a reasonable, comfortable solution is really common among Muslims. No. People don't know. People don't people don't think about it. But it doesn't mean that they are deniers. But we have to think how the process is working and turn it into a practical solution for our own life. Now, what shall I do now? Right now. I may be suffering from something, I may be feeling it, a kind of maybe light or strong, doesn't matter, pain. What am I supposed to do? Be patient? Be patient. What? Patient with what? Patient said, whatever God creates is all right. No, whatever God creates is all right for your purpose of existence. That is the transition we have to go through. For the purpose of my existence, it is all right. It means I am in pain. Do you like it? Do you want somebody to torture you? I don't. And I don't think the people will, except some psychological disease, there are some people who want to be tortured. But this is something, because they are not satisfied with anything, so they try the negative side of this psychological disturbance. But we human beings normally don't like being tortured. So we have to question, why am I made with the sense of disliking the pain? Why? The one who made me with this sense of disliking the pain is telling me something. Use this sense in order to know who your creator is. So what you have to do, I have to obey the order. Now, order of whom? My creator. My creator is ordering me now, you should dislike this pain. Do something. Wow. Of course you want to get rid of it, huh? How can you get rid of it? Only obeying the order that provides you the means to cure the illness and acknowledge the orderer, the one who established this order. I am asking the means that you provided for me to cure this illness so that I wouldn't suffer the pain. Do you notice that this is the way of connecting yourself to God? Acknowledging who you are, step one. Who is your real owner? Who your real owner is? Do you understand this connection? That is belief. Because you become aware of your creator. And you become aware of the fact that you are needy. That's what you are here for. So while you are attempting, don't say that, now God is not doing anything, so I have to do something. As if we are independent of our creator, the creator of the means that we are trying to obtain, medicine, doctor, whatever. They are all creators for me. by the same creator who created the pain in me and who created the sense of disliking pain in me. The whole order is functioning in order to serve me to get in touch with my creator and acknowledge him. Do you see the process? So while you are attempting the order or obeying the order, if you think that that is the way to worship God is what? Acknowledging him. Yeah, acknowledging that the medicine or the things are created by him. Worshipping doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice something. Acknowledgement, belief. And this confirmation of belief through your consciousness within your own reality. Within your own reality. We have to understand what's seemingly complicated, but it's not complicated. If you keep thinking about it, you will find out that this is really true what I am doing here. This is what I am doing. There's nothing strange. There's nothing strange. Nothing really mysterious. Don't you, when you are hungry, don't you go and eat? So simple. Every day. When you are thirsty, you drink liquid, water, juice, whatever. If you want to have a fresh air, you go out of the stuffed room. It's so simple. While you are doing all this, you are trying to satisfy your needs. You want to make yourself happier with the creation. The consciousness is necessary. When we fall into neglectful position, this is called here sinning. And every sinning is a way or paves a path to denial. It means more and more many-folded neglect on top of each other. It becomes so heavy and thickened that we start hoping that there should be nothing. This is what we are going to read. You read this sentence here. Within each sin is a path leading to unbelief. But if we think that unbelief is a conscious denial and challenging of belief and trying to eradicate the belief really or make it not apparent, not really takes root in the heart of the people, fight against it. No. Then you can find this. You say, no, I'm not asking you to deny God. Just, I feel that under this effect of sinning, I feel that, if only there was no hell. If only God was seeing me, he shouldn't see me, This tendency causes me to neglect the reality. We said that unbelief needs nothing but neglect the reality. But on the contrary, belief is not only, I believe in God. No. It needs deliberate action, deliberate decision. deliberate awareness, belief. That's why you say, yeah, I am confident now in my conclusion. But for unbelief, you don't say, I'm confident in my conclusion. Most of the people walk in the street without being aware that they are confident or they are not confident. They take the things for granted and carry on their life. So they are, in this sense, not believers, if you like, non-believers. Not that they are deniers of the truth deliberately. We shouldn't confuse that. I would make the distinction between the deniers, it means neglected people, not having a positive attitude towards what their reality requires them to do. But deliberate ones are, I would call them enemy of the truth. Enemies. Aduwullah in the terminology of the Quran. They are aduwullah. They want to eradicate the truth completely.
In the spectrum of their belief and disbelief, or maybe it's not really a spectrum, but where would you place that category of sort of people who are denying the truth? So they say inside have confirmed perhaps that this is their belief that there is no God. So is that belief or is that something else?
No, we shouldn't play with the words. That's why we have to make the concepts clear for us.
Okay.
None of us here, I'm sure, deliberately says, I should fight against belief in God and try to find out evidence to prove that there's no God and cheat people, but they cannot prove it. They cannot prove that there is a creator. There must be a creator. But how can I present the case in a way that I will be superior, I will be the winner over those people, over those ideas which says there is a creator? That's a completely negative attitude. But somebody may consciously believe, that is different. That's what Iman, belief, necessitates conscious positive action. But denial, it means neglecting the truth, doesn't necessitate conscious positive action, just negligence. That's why people are ready to accept, to embrace the belief in God. Usually they say, yeah, there must be something, yeah, but I'm busy now. And we also may fall into this category through our negligence. But what is the important point here? Because we don't deliberately declare a war, wage a war against belief, we may think that I'm not an unbeliever. Yes, I am not. Correct. In this sense, I'm not the enemy of the truth. But at the same time, the problem is here. Am I a believer? So what we don't usually notice, there are two very important concepts, extremely important concepts. One is not denying, the other one is confirming the truth. Two One. Do you understand now? One is not denying the truth. The other one is confirming the truth. Belief is confirming the truth. Unbelief is not denying the truth. So, enemy of God is a very marginal category on the really just periphery. Maybe 0.1% of, no, even not that. 0.1% of the people are undeniers. Sorry, deniers, but deliberate deniers. So not denying the gray area that we may fall. We have to watch out there. How can I not fall into not denying gray area? Consciously confirming the truth every moment. Whenever I neglect it, I am in the gray area. But those people, maybe, they never confirmed God, but they never decided to be enemy of the belief either. That is why the Quran is so vague in its terminology. The people of book, they follow somehow the belief in God, come to the common point that look, even the obstinate enemies of the Prophet himself, because of this tribal concerns, were ready to say that, yeah, they were. We believe in God. God of Abraham is our God.
Is not denying the truth in any way related to hypocrisy, or are they two different concepts?
No, don't, because we shouldn't really fall into the quarrel or debate of terminologies, what they mean really. No, it depends on different shades of the attitude. But those people who were strongly condemned in the language of the Quran were mushrikun. And those people were the people who were saying that they believe in the God of Abraham. Do you understand? What was the problem? They were not believers. They were only not deniers of God. Do you understand the difference? So it is a very subtle subject. I feel that Nursi is dealing with it very finely, in a fine-tuned manner. But we have to understand that our alternative to our belief is not becoming an enemy of the truth. I'm just making it clear. Aduwullah, the enemy of God. So mushrikun were not enemy of God. Yeah? They were just not submitting themselves to accept that. We have to be consciously confirming our belief in God in our everyday life. We believe in God. God is the creator. Majority of Christians, Jews, Muslims live in this way. I'm speaking demographically. But the people say I'm a Jew, some people say I'm a Muslim, or a Christian, doesn't matter. They fall into the same category. They are the people of book. It means, yeah, we accept a religion, yeah. But in their life, there is no conscious confirmation of the truth. Iman is conscious confirmation of the truth. I know that I'm going over and over again, but these concepts must be new for you. You never hear this kind of descriptions. That's why it is new and it may sound strange to you.
So in the clarification, say the people of the book, and to really believe. So are you implying that to be a believer is a higher category or higher level of iman than just being a Muslim?
I'm not going into that kind of discussion at all, because the people of the book, anybody says there must be something, religion, huh? There must be a God who created the universe. It is impossible that this wonderful universe comes into existence by itself. And there must be something, definitely. There must be a cause of the existence of this universe. The common word that the Quran uses come to, if you like, unite around the common word, which means there must be a creator. Where is he? What is it? What is it to do with me? I don't know. I'm not denying that. Look, I'm not denying that there is a creator, right? Don't put the name of Muslim, Mu'min, because you cannot really, any word you use, I would say, what do you mean by it? It means most of the people, when they say Muslim, they bring their previous baggage about Muslim. When they say God, they bring their previous baggage about God, what they heard before. No. None of them works. You have to make up your own mind now. When I say I believe in God, what do I mean? Don't go back, believe means, then I'm a believer, I am a Muslim, so I fall into this category. No, that is just a claim, that's just culture. You have to make up your mind now. We have to make up our mind now. Am I a believer with a certain confidence in my own life, existence, daily life in this world, my understanding of the things? Am I conscious of it? Or just taking for granted that I believe in the existence of one creator, there must be, yeah, and I take care of my life. What is it to do with your creator? There's a creator, I'm not denying. What is it to do? What is your life? What has your life to do with this creator? I don't know. Some people fall into doing some religious activities, but their real life is not related to God. So we have to have, a purpose for our own life, that, look, I have to make belief in God a certainty for me, practicing it in my everyday actions. How? I am aware now that my existence is given to me. I am aware that my hands are given to me. I am aware that hunger is given to me. I am aware that this liking of pain is given to me. And they are all precious presents from my Creator. Very precious presents. I have to appreciate them, utilize them in order to confirm my connection with my Creator right now. If I say there is God who created the universe and I have no connection with it, only one thing, yeah, I'm created by Him. Okay, now I am making my own life. Yeah, I am struggling for life. I am working, and okay, I'm not stealing. Am I? No, but I am stealing God's property and saying that it is my work. Yeah, I'm not aware of it. It means God consciousness is endless degree. God neglectfulness has also endless degrees. There's no need to categorize something, but be aware that this is the end in this way. This is another end in this way, where I am turning. This way or this way. Negligence way or consciousness way. So consciousness way requires working. Negligence way requires not working. Just being neglectful, easy. Very easy. Just don't take notes of it. Go to your work, come back, cook your dinner, eat, watch some TV or YouTube nowadays, more fashion, or Twitters, or do something, your emails, and then go to sleep, wake up, have a quick breakfast, fast breakfast, and go to work. And I don't deny God. Yeah, you don't. That's correct. The problem is, are you confirming your a life connection with the Creator, life connection.
What is confirmation? When you say, are you confirming?
Yeah.
As in,
You are aware. Confirmation is your awareness. Not saying that I believe in that, finish, I'm done. And is it time for Salat Zuhur or noon prayer time? No, not yet. Okay, I have nothing to do with God anymore. When time comes for prayer time, yeah, I have to obey His order. Before, I was working and making my life and taking care of my family, blah, blah. There is no connection. Cut off. This connection between me and my Creator is disbelief. But because it is not enemy of God, you understand? Enemy of God. I think that nothing is wrong with it. Because I am not enemy of God. If someone prays there or reads the scripture, I don't say, don't read it. It is trash. So I think that I am a believer. No. You are not a denier, but to be a believer is a momentary thing. Are you confirming you are being right now or not? If you do that, you are a believer right now. The second moment, you may neglect.
what I'm trying to understand, I understand the whole consciousness part, but what does the confirmation actually encompasses? So
Consciousness.
that's it.
That's what is confirmation. What are you going to do? If you are conscious of it, you are confirming. If you are not conscious of it, you are not confirming. But are you denying? No, I'm not denying either, but I'm not confirming either.
So it's really a mental state of being, I would say, this whole consciousness. And then
Your awareness, everything is awareness. Of course, accordingly you act. For example, for the moment, it is not time for morning prayer, neither is it time for Dhuhr prayer. Yeah, when Dhuhr prayer time comes, you say, okay, I have to do this because of my living connection with my Creator. That is one form of it. But when it is not time for prayer, when it is not time for Ramadan, so I'm not praying, I'm not fasting, and it's not time to give zakat, charity, and I'm not on Hajj, yeah, on pilgrimage. So you can say I'm fine, okay. Yeah, you are not bad, but you are not good either. Your purpose. That is why there are endless levels of consciousness. When we talk about this, is in every sinning there is a path to unbelief. We have to understand it is me. It is me. Yeah. Then in my sinning means not being aware of or conscious of your living connection with God. It means you cut off the telephone connection, if you like, with God. Yeah? Your phone is off. You are not communicating with Him. Yes, sir.
This reminds me of a ayat in the Quran.
Verse.
There's a verse in the Quran. A group of people say they believed, and then God's response to that is, don't say that you have believed, rather you submitted, whether it be like physically or their thinking. Is that the same point that is?
I mean, submitted means accepted that those people in Medina or in the place, they are the good Muslims. Yeah, we have to join them. But your process within yourself has not been complete.
So to go from like submitting yourself to believing is just conscious, is confirming.
Yeah, let's work on the language. Submitting yourself to belief? No.
From this to belief, you say.
Huh. Or let's say, let's use the word now rightly, being conscious of your connection with God, attributing everything that you are experiencing right now to the Creator and saying that, look, I am just receiving your favor. The consciousness, awareness, and also we are human beings. I am aware of it. My feelings must be happy with it. My tongue must be saying it. Because I am a complete human being. I am not a dumb person. I speak, I think, I feel. That is belief, connection with belief. That is the living belief. That is belief. The rest is lack of belief. Well, whatever the language you use doesn't matter. We are not issuing etiquettes to people or to myself even. We are trying to understand which path I should take in my life. Path to consciousness or path to negligence. Now we will understand the Job's situation. Because of the heavy pain, he realized that he is not really connecting to the Creator and being happy with Him. So the author says, look, Job is my case here. I don't have to suffer from a big pain that is described by the people as, having some sort of illness, etc. But I have my own pains of negligence. In our whole life, we started a new series. Actually, it's a very essential matter we are reading. We are studying on Wednesday. Last Wednesday we started. just 2 days ago. We started this. All the pain comes from meaninglessness, loneliness, because of this disconnection. Why? Because we're using our human capacity to have a living connection with the one who is who has given existence to everything, to pleasure, to pain, regardless. Why? These are simple matters, in fact. Why we find them, they are not very easy to grasp and to digest, and why this kind of attitude and understanding is not widely spread. It's very simple. We take our being a Muslim for granted. So we are Muslims. I pray. I'm done. I'm done. Finish. I give to charity. Finish. Reducing religion to a social form or norm. So social norm, etiquette. And doing some certain actions only and saying that is religion. Because of this common disease that religion is nothing but rules. That was the main reason for Mosaic religion, Moses' true religion, corrupted. And this is the main reason that our connection with Islam is corrupt, because we reduce religion to norms only, forms only. I'm not saying there is no form. No. Religion is not forms only. For example, if you go back to 1,000 years, back 1,000 years of Islamic history, you find what? Studying fiqh, rules, mainly. That's it. And everybody thinks that religion means fiqh. Yes, there is fiqh, but it is a part of my life. When I am really hungry, I eat. Yeah. When sun sets, I pray. Yes. But it doesn't mean that I live just for the moment that I eat. No, I live 24 hours. It's very simple, but why it is not in the culture, we don't talk about it. And neither our parents nor the common people, those people who speak for Islam and represent Islam or whatever religion, present religion to us in this way. Only they speak what they learn from official institutions, rules. Of course, somebody may listen to us and say that they are against rules. Okay, let them say. No. Rules are a very simple thing. You can do it. Anything physical activity is easy. Intellectual consciousness is the most difficult. Consciousness, keeping the consciousness alive, always. I found it very difficult, struggling for it. Personally, and although I'm now, for example, speaking about it, yes, yeah, you may think that, oh, this guy is really aware of this importance of consciousness. Yeah, intellectually, yes. But practically, forget it. neglected. Only as Ihab said, narrated the hadith. It's a very important hadith at the beginning of the discussion. A thorn will what? Sting, prick, prick. A thorn will prick and give me a small pain. And then I wake up. Otherwise, I carry on my mind. And then, well, let me think. Why I am here? Huh? What is the meaning of my existence? Just quick reminder, very quick reminder. It takes 1 or 2 seconds. And then you start, if you like, gathering your consciousness. And then, oh yeah, I have to connect and be aware of my Creator. I forgot again that I'm made. We usually live in this world without realizing that, let alone God. No. I am brought into existence here. Now, I was a baby, and it is me who is growing. I keep saying this example. Because I eat, I get a good nourishment, healthy diet, so I am growing healthily. No connection with the Creator. So the healthy life happens by itself, naturally. And I say, I am a believer. I never miss my prayers. Wow. I don't know. It is not my duty to categorize people. I don't know where to put you. So it is God who will deal with you, not me. I'm not saying that you are going to hell. No. Again, we have to. This is the 3rd time I am going to repeat. Which way is the solution? Which way? Which direction? Keep consciousness alive, educate yourself in this way. Or the way of the path of negligence. Which way? The path of negligence needs no effort. Just neglect and finish. You are successful. It goes there. But path of consciousness needs at every moment, at every stage, conscious, deliberate decision. That's why our purpose must be belief. Our purpose should not be not denier. Being not denier. Do you understand? I'm not denying. It's very easy. Just neglect it, you are not denying. But sometimes, if you remember, in our discussions, I say, to be a real denier, enemy of God, next to impossible. You have to make trick for yourself even. How? It is impossible to deny the fact that you are given existence. You cannot prove it. Those people who speak in favor of atheistic ideology, as a human being, not as a believer or anything, I listen to them. I swear by God, it doesn't make sense. Because they play, they just jump. They just ignore the existence and jump into, nature is being like that. What do you mean by? All this being nature or order or natural forces, they have no idea. They have no answer to that. Just the last resort they say matter existed eternally. How can you conceive the eternal existence of a matter which is continuously subject to change? Are you crazy? Are they self-existent beings, or are they, what was the word? not self-existent, contingent beings. What are they? There is no definition. Be careful. Because they cannot say that self-existent beings. If you say self-existent beings, absolute. I exist by myself. It means I am the source of existence of my own self. It means I am the source of existence of something. It means I am the one who decides about my existence. Can you say that atoms are the ones who decide their own existence? Which quality? Even I, as a human being, don't have this quality. Crazy! Impossible, self-contradictory, impossible, illogical. So really being an enemy of the truth is the most difficult thing, if not impossible. But you can pretend to be. Yeah. Those people, a handful of people, a handful of people means really, don't think those people who say they are atheists, they are really atheists. No. They are not satisfied with the way that the religion is presented to them. And I say, excuse me, I sympathize you because I'm not satisfied with the religion presented to me too. We are the same. But I have to be reasonable and consistent within my own self. Please, let's think together. Come, use your own common human sense. Come, be free. Free thinker. Let's think together. Yeah, it works. Perfectly works. I'm experienced. It works. They say, yeah, let's think together freely. Be free of anything, either believing or denying, nothing. Just question really what you mean by any word you use. And very simple. In 1 hour or half an hour time, they start questioning, yeah, really, because make them free from these baggages of the cultural understanding of religion. It's very easy. I'm very much convinced that it was impossible to deny. So deny the truth really and come up with evidence, impossible. But I should say this and conclude and go back to the text. Belief needs evidence. Unbelief doesn't. That's another principle. If you say, I believe, I said, bring your evidence. If somebody says, I don't believe, but I cannot ask him, what is your evidence? But the unbelief doesn't require evidence. The first category, not denying. In order to be a not denier, you don't have to have an evidence. You are not denying, finish. And if someone is enemy of God, very exceptional, they cannot come up with evidence. There is no evidence in the world, in the whole universe. Everything is self-evidently witnessing that they are given existence, they are contingent beings. They cannot prove an evidence. They cannot bring an evidence. They say, let's go to the lab and see what already exists, created, given existence. They cannot prove that the things in the lab exist by themselves. Impossible. So unbelief never requires evidence. But belief for the person who claims to have it requires evidence. So when you look at the Quranic language challenges unbelievers. If you say what is true, bring your evidence. You will never be able to bring an evidence. And for belief, everything in the universe is an evidence for your belief. Everything in the universe is an evidence, is a sign for your belief. Do you understand? One of them is zero, the other one is everything, with no exception. That's why unbelief doesn't require evidence. So don't say that if someone says, I don't believe in God, don't say, bring your evidence. There's no evidence. But ask him to be a human being, free human being. So let's come to the text, and we have a few more minutes to inshallah, come to the end. So you understand now, through every sinning, it means every negligence, there is a path to denial. It means by its own nature, every sinning is a denial. Not enemy of God, huh? Because not really consciously bringing evidence, trying to bring evidence, pretend to have evidence against belief in God. No one. Maybe a few people may think that they are doing that, but they are only, I don't know. In America, how many people claim that they're 50, 100 at the most? That's it. Okay.
So the last sentence we read was, unless that sin is swiftly obliterated by seeking God's pardon, it will grow from a worm into a snake that gnaws at the heart.
It will grow from a worm into a snake that gnaws on the heart. It means heart represents what? God consciousness. Yeah, God consciousness will be eroded gradually. If you keep neglecting the connection. It means if you don't use the telephone, if you turn it off, after a certain time, as if it doesn't exist for you. There is no telephone for you. You get used to it. So what you have to do, you have to turn it on and start speaking. Do you understand? Then you become aware of it. But if you keep turning it off, or if you keep it off continuously, it becomes as if you don't have a telephone. That is what he means here. Yeah.
Okay, for example, a man who secretly commits a shameful sin will fear the disgrace that results if others become aware of it. Thus, the existence of angels and spirit beings will be hard for him to endure, and he will long to deny it even on the strength of the slightest indication.
Yeah. But he will say, if only there was no such thing. That's but he is what is the text is doing, or the author is doing here, human psychological analysis. So if anybody is stealing something physically, in physical terms I'm talking about, not in relationship with God. What he wants, there is no security, or how to say, surveillance cameras. Yeah. If only nobody saw them. That's human tendency. Yeah. So if I keep remembering, if I keep turning my telephone off, and I would say, look, if someone comes in, and from time to time I remember, I have a telephone, but I'm not using it. I have a telephone, but I am not using it. What is the human tendency? If only I didn't have the telephone. then I don't have a telephone. Why should I use it? It's easy now. It becomes easy to carry the neglectful life. Deny it. Then say that, no, it shouldn't be, there's something. I believe that's enough. I believe in God and that's enough. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Similarly, one who commits a major sin deserving of the torment of hell will desire the non-existence of hell wholeheartedly.
Because from time to time we hear that if you do this, you will be punished eternally, there will be eternal life, etc. What we do now, we start denying the fundamentals of what our relationship with God should be, and the eternal life that will follow this life. Oh, if only we didn't have an eternal life and live, and when we die, we should go into non-existence. Right? And that's why human beings think that sometimes you hear people, when we die, we disappear. So we will be extinguished. Totally, our existence, our being. So don't bother about it. Why do they say this? Because they don't want to question the moment they are experiencing, living right now, feel comfortable. Because they know that they are not doing what they are expected to do as a human beings. They are not using their human consciousness for the purpose of its existence. They are using the human consciousness only, not consciousness really, like animals. I feel that like animals. Animals live how? When they wake up in the morning, what do they do the first thing? Sorry, look for food to eat. Huh? That's it. If we are neglectful, we do the same thing. Now, I woke up now. The first thing, what? Take a shower and look for food to eat or go to work to make money for it again for this life. Yeah, animals are not only eat. When they are when the female is pregnant, what do? They start collecting here and the small pieces, etc., making the nest. Yeah, what we do, collect money in order to buy a house. That's it. And what are they doing? We are saving. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't do all this, but what is consciousness? Human consciousness, that's animal life. Where is humanity? So it seems to be very simple, but it's very real. Very real. Okay, it is something.
Isn't it very human to want to provide a life for a child that you're bringing into the world?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know I think your comparison is a little.
No, it is not human, it is animal.
Yeah, I mean,
A
bird takes care of its young.
But if you're conscious of what you're doing, then you know that if you bring consciousness into it, then you know that you're trying to care for this person you're bringing into the world. So actually what you're doing by saving and trying to build a secure life for another life that you're bringing in, there is care involved, and there's emotion and humanity and...
No, not humanity, animality. Animals do that as well, but we have animal side, yeah, that's correct. How about humanity? Humanity is animality plus something. That's humanity. So, yes, we have to do all this. No one said that you shouldn't. When you are hungry, you eat. I eat. and no one can stop me from eating.
Right, so then what is the scenario in which you're saving and building a life
Yeah.
for your family and there's humanity involved?
Fair.
What does that look like?
Don't reduce your life to animal level. That is animality.
Can I give an example? Like
This animality, we have to have plus humanity. Humanity needs consciousness of your being existent in this world in order to connect yourself to the Creator and be conscious of it, educate your human qualities with this consciousness. That's what we are doing here. To keep your consciousness alive so that your feelings, human beings, whatever the senses, the qualities you have as a human being will be always connected to the eternal source. Very simple. And eternal source is, here I am, in order to understand who my Creator is. Of course, the first step, I also ignored it. In order to understand who I am, animals have no this responsibility. In order to understand who they are, while they are preparing their nest. Maybe they may, but as far as I understand, they don't seem to be. Doesn't matter. I shouldn't reduce my life like that. So I know that I have the quality to connect myself to my Creator and say that, look, I am the needy one. I am in need of taking care of my child. Yep. And why? In order to understand that I have a one who is taking care of me. My existence, my life, my needs. That is called God consciousness. That is called Iman. And Iman is for human beings. It means human side of us. Animal side eats. Animal side taking care of the children, taking care of others. But human side needs to be trained. That is what God's concern is when He speaks to you and me, when He employs the prophets, when He sends the message, when He reminds that, look, everything is a sign which points to me. Why don't you use it? So this is the problem we have to solve, and this is the problem we have to really talk about every day, because this connection is not presented to us as the purpose of religion. Only the religion is presented to us for the purpose of introducing the rules. It is a reduction. And because of this reduction, we are frustrated. And also our human minds, intellectual human beings question, okay, I do this and this, so what? It becomes nonsense as it is only. But as an action, practicing the human consciousness, rules become meaningful. But the individual becomes aware of the meaning of the human being, these rules now. Otherwise, by themselves, as naked rules, have no meaning. Why should I do that? What is the point? We have to understand that the solution is not presented to us. Yeah. So you always this extreme is taken. When I use that language, for example, always, not only now, always don't feel shy. That's very good, excellent, so that we concentrate on the subject and make it clear. Don't reduce your life to animality. Psst. reaction comes, aren't we supposed to take care of our family? Don't reduce your life to animality, animal life. It doesn't mean that I have animal side. I have animal side, but plus human side. So I have to use my animal side under the leadership of or control of human side. That is what religion speaks about. That's why the Quran doesn't really specify all the rules, not general principles, puts it in a very simple proportion, very small proportion. The rest of the speech of God is about our human training, human education. Unfortunately, this presentation is not really common. Unfortunately, I had my own problems because of this. I said, there can't be true. There must be another way of training my humanity. Now, your time. Yep.
So, Dr. Ali, if you consider animal side just being the default side that we're created as in taking care of the kids or taking care of the family, whereas the human side would be the superior conscious being that's reflecting as to who gave me this quality to take care of my kid. And when you reflect on that, you sort of connect to the eternal source that has given you these qualities.
So if you use these actions when you are hungry, you eat it. That's a simple example, but a very useful example. You know, you can apply taking care of to taking care of your baby. Yeah, when you are eating, we have to say that it's not an insulting language. We shouldn't eat like an animal. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't eat at all. No, we shouldn't eat like an animal. What am I supposed to do? Put your human side, you summarized it, on top of this eating action. While you are eating, use your humanity. What am I doing? I'm hungry. Huh? Oh, the one who made me, created me with a sense of hunger, and I cannot stand hunger. I want to satisfy it. What is the point? To understand that somebody's taking care of me. Beautiful taking care of me. If you enjoy the food, beautiful. Wow, look at this, how merciful he is while he's feeding me and also making me enjoy it. Tasty. The food is. Wow, I love my creator. Animals don't do that. Animals eat and go. That's why we made all this distinction between belief requires consciousness. Belief requires evidence. Belief requires to use your intelligence. Whereas denial doesn't require anything, just neglect. Live like an animal, it means. Understand? I insist on this because one extreme side, then no, we shouldn't take care of it. Religion comes first. It's stupid rhetoric. It's not my reality. The other extreme side is, no, religion is what? Only you have to do this and not to do that. And don't be a mushrik. Huh? Don't be a mushrik. Huh? No. You shouldn't be a mushrik. For what? I don't know. Because idols don't create anything. What are they? Human-made statues. Are you stupid? No one says that it created me. I made it. I created it. It means I made the statue. No one says that it is the creator of the universe. Don't be ridiculous. So we have to understand the main purpose of the teaching of the Quran. That's why we keep talking about only one sentence for an hour. It seems to be repetition. Yes, it is. It is repetition. But it doesn't register, and it doesn't really convince us that religion is this. Yes, it is. Really? No one says so. Do you understand? I don't build confidence in myself that really I have to train myself in this sense. You may not know how to pray. Doesn't matter. Everybody can teach you and you can learn in one day. Not one day, come on, in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can learn it. It's not a problem. But religion is not that. Religion is not really pronouncing a word or a letter in Arabic as the Arabs do. Prophet never paid attention to it. So if someone didn't pronounce ayin properly, he said, no, you shouldn't do that. Pronounce not something like that. We have never seen any narration like that. He never bothered about it. And if you follow the Prophet, if you want to follow the Prophet, we have to follow his teaching. His teaching is in the Quran, ingrained in the Quran. And the Quran's teaching is just really trying to stimulate your human side and make it work. That's why Quran describes enormous events, etc. You will say, oh, what's happening? The universe will collapse. Ultimately what it says. The stars will scatter, etc. Why? Nothing can stand by itself. Even the stars cannot. What do you think? Why do you think that you just exist by yourself? Is it possible? You are a human being. Use your human qualities and think about it. These are all invitations, calls. These are calls for us to use our human quality and question our reality, the reality of the existence of other things. That is the heart core of the teachings of the Quran, without which the others, which are very common, don't make sense. Bismillah. Time. So we finished this one. Did we say that? No, we didn't. We've designed non-existence of hell. Huh? Let's finish the paragraph.
Okay, similarly to one who commits a major sin deserving the torment of hell, similarly, one who commits a major sin deserving of the torment of hell will desire the non-existence of hell wholeheartedly, and whenever he hears of the threat of hellfire, he will dare to deny it on the strength of a slight indication and doubt, unless he takes up in protection the shield of repentance and seeking forgiveness.
It means I may fall into negligence. That's human. But I have to wake up and said, it was my mistake again. I didn't really pay attention to my reality. I reduced my human life to animal life. No. I am a human being. Wake up. That's it. Unless this happens, you start ignoring that. The telephone example, do you remember? Keep your telephone always off. You say, why do I carry it? I shouldn't carry it. Throw it. That's denial of God at the end. You say, come on, what's this religion? Doesn't make sense. When you hear one thing one person says, there are many scientists who don't believe in God. Oh, they are intellectual people. They know something I don't know. So maybe they are right, because we don't want to get this burden of responsibility. Okay, this is a long process which we should carry on. We shouldn't be frustrated. We should carry on and establish that, yes, our belief in God must be worked on and must be our priority. And this is not an easy job. Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alim al-hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin. Thank you. See you on Wednesday. But Wednesday's subject is very interesting. I don't know how much we will cover it. It's very dense.
That's amazing.
Okay. Inshallah, I'll see you next Wednesday.
Oh, listen.